Good day everyone, I'm delighted to have the opportunity to make these presentations. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Carrie and there are another 4 members who will be presented after me, which are Julia, Atika, Ben and Juhaili. During the pre-study phase, we assign each of us a role to play, such as a facilitator who act by Juhaili, me as an architect, civil and structural engineering by Atika, MME by Julia, and quantity surveyor is acted by Banks, as well as our clients is UTM. The scope and objective of our studies are to develop projects that do not have a negative impact on the environment, to optimize costs and create a desirable projects in terms of better values and qualities, to analyze the project's design based on the architectural drawings and associated costs by generating new ideas and to gather all the required information related to the proposed projects. For the project descriptions, the proposed project is located near the UTM Lake and the budget for the proposed project is about 5 million. Besides, the expected project duration is 12 months and the types of building is refreshments, entertainments and recreations buildings. Contingent on the aims and client requirements, the proposed projects must maximize the client profits, be used by users such as students, and provide a comfortable zones and perspective.
Hello, my name is Julia Irdina, and for the summary of the project proposal, the first one we proposed a coffee shop at 2,706,052 ringgit, and the next one is a multi-purpose hall pricing at 3,491,951 ringgit, and the last one is a squash complex at 3,083,028 ringgit. So, in carrying out the workshop, we have 5 phases, which is the information phase, creativity phase, evaluation phase, development phase, and the last one is the presentation. So, the first one is information phase. The information phase primary goal is to guarantee that all members of the value management team have a common knowledge of the project and that they are completely aware of all the project's major relevant features. This is to gain a thorough understanding of the project, its design and operation, and the project's functions, as well as to identify areas with the highest potential for cost savings and improvements while preparing a strategic timeline for the project. This phase also focuses on the critical issues and scope on how to maximize value improvement by using SWOT analysis and project charter. And as seen here is the fast analysis system technique or the fast diagram that is used in the information phase.
I'm Lim Peng. I will continue to present the creativity phase for this value management workshop. In this phase, 3 ideas have been listed in the can we question, and all the listed ideas here will be evaluated. The first idea is that, can we propose 1 unit of coffee shop? Secondly, can we propose 1 unit of multipurpose hall? And thirdly, can we propose 1 unit of squash complex? After some discussion within the team, we have listed out the functions, advantages and disadvantages for the idea proposed. For the first idea, proposal of coffee shop. This proposal would like to benefit the UTM community by providing lower cost food compared to outside of UTM. For its advantages, there will be extra choice of meal for UTM community at a relative economical price, and it offers part-time job to UTM students. However, the coffee shop is competitive with other cafe at Arcade Meranti. Next idea, proposal of multi-purpose hall. This proposal aims to generate revenue for the UTM by hosting mini graduations, dinners, and other events. For advantages, it provides multiple choice of venue for public events and activities in UTM or outside. Besides, activities for club and society in UTM can be conducted here. However, this multipurpose hall is competitive with available hall nearby such as BSI and L50 hall. One more thing is that the revenues from the hall operation are inconstant. The third idea, proposal of squash complex. This proposal would like to produce a healthy community as well as generating income for UTM. The main advantages of this squash complex are easy to access for students and staff, and promote healthy lifestyle and produce more proactive students. Nevertheless, there are some disadvantages for this proposal, namely less customers among students during semester breaks and competitive with UTM sport hall or other related services which charge a low cost. Hence, 3 of these ideas will be evaluated further in next phase since there are possibilities for this proposed project to gain a high return for project client.
Evaluation phase. For our evaluation, there is 6 desired criteria, which is initial cost, aesthetic, life cycle cost, maintenance, method of construction, and construction duration. Evaluation criteria form were used in our evaluation phase. So the raw score and assignment weight for each of the criteria were shown in the slide above. For initial cost, the raw score is 14, for aesthetic is 6, maintenance 11, life cycle cost 5, method of construction is 2, and construction duration is 0. For assignment weight, initial cost is 10, aesthetic was 4, maintenance is 8, life cycle cost is 4, method of construction is 1, and construction duration is 1. So this is evaluation metric form results. For proposal development, idea 1 coffee shops, idea 2 multi-purpose hall, and idea 3 squash includes with exercise room. As referring to the evaluation metrics, the proposal of coffee shop scored the most marks for the criteria, followed by multi-purpose hall, and lastly the squash complex. This due to the coffee shop matching the criteria very well, such as the initial cost and life cycle cost, as these can result to various type of income which suits well the client requirements.
The development phases. This is the assumptions that we make based on the client requirement. The client investment cost for this project is 5 million and for the cost of capital is 10%. Also, this is the cash flow for the project coffee shop and multi-purpose hall. The net present value for coffee shop with the cost of capital 10%, we will get 119,000 ringgit 770. But if the cost of capital for coffee shop is 11%, the net present value for coffee shop will be negative 1,140 ringgit. Then the internal rate of return IRR for the coffee shop will be 10.99%. Next is the net present value for multi-purpose hall with the cost of capital is 10%. We will be 26,504 ringgit. But if the cost of capital for the multi-purpose hall is 11%, the MPV for multi-purpose hall will be negative 174,321 ringgit. Then for the IRR for multi-purpose hall will be 10.13%. Thus, the VM team will recommend the coffee shop project as internal rate of return. This is because IRR for coffee shop is higher than IRR of multi-purpose hall project and cost of the capital is 10%. High IRR of coffee shop indicate that the rate of growth is expected stronger than other projects and deems to be profitable one which can provide a high return to UTM. For the conclusion, the suggested project is the coffee shop with the GFA 500 meter square and the cost estimate for the coffee shop is around 2.7 million. The reason that VM team chose the coffee shop project is because the GFA of the coffee shop is lower than multi-purpose hall, but same with the squash complex. But the cost estimate for the coffee shop is lower than these other two projects. It is less expensive to build because it does not require piling work. Also, construction period estimate for the coffee shop only 6 months less than multi-purpose hall and squash complex. Other than that, it can give an extra choice of meal for UTM students and staff with an economical relevant price. It also can give an opportunity to UTM students to get a part-time job to gain the income.